Welcome back to the shop. For today's issues, we have the Turbo Brick and an Empire of Dirt. And the Turbo Brick just quit on me. I was doing a full pull. It just died, let out a bunch of smoke from under the hood, and I was 100% sure that I had thrown a rod, but that was not the case. It was just the wiring harness that got burnt up. So for today, we are trying to rebuild the wiring harness. We're gonna wrap it with electrical tape and replace the most burnt cables and make sure everything's nice and protected for this time around, so this won't happen again. According to this schematic here, we have the 406, and that will be the 464, I mean. And that will be the relay and radio inference suppression. And if we look at the schematic, we got 464 there. It's connected to the control boxes, and it's basically used to switch the injectors. So I'm guessing that is a solid state relay. We'll crack it open, check later, so that it can do the speed the injectors needs to go. And rather interesting, all the injectors on this control system are switched at once. So that means that it injects fuel even when the cylinder doesn't want it. So that explains why it uses so much fuel. There's another model of this Regina that doesn't do this, and that car is a lot more fuel efficient. Well, a lot. Anyway, I had one of those, and I definitely noticed it being better on the fuel. And well, not that I care about fuel economy. Anyway, so it is wire number 3 and 4 that let out the smoke. And if we see there, that one is connected to 1, and that's the battery. And number 3 is the one going over to the injectors. So that means that we're gonna have to start here, go over here, up here, take this apart, then cut this up. It goes over here, all the way over there, and some more over there, goes to connector there, then goes all the way to the injectors. So let's get to doing that. I have my guesses that the short circuit is somewhere here, so let's begin there. We can really start to see the extent of what really happened here, and I'm incredibly surprised this car actually ran. Holy crap, was it lucky none of the other wires melted together. That would have killed it for sure. And we also found the smoking gun, which is my fault. Well, I'm always gonna go with double insulation again on car wiring. That was a mistake. So anyway, it started over there, but it ended here where the wire is spliced into a thicker wire, so that wire is a-okay. This relay is well, it works, but it's melted together, so we'll see about that. And the not so fun is that the harness goes through here and out to these connectors, and that connector is of course fried. And so I'm thinking of just putting a wire outside of the connector and put another connector or something there for starters, and then we're gonna have to take that wiring harness apart. It goes down, makes a U-turn here, and then goes into the fuel box of the car, ECU or fuel control unit or whatever. So let's head over here. So it would seem that this connector I put in for the injector resistors is the smoking gun. And it should just shorted out somewhere around here. And then it just fried the entire wiring harness all over to the relay. So if this was an original turbo car, it would not have been this bad, because the battery would have been here, and we wouldn't have had all those long wires going all the way over to the battery over there. So I'm still debating whether I should just try to find a new electrical harness or if I should try to fix this in some good way by replacing all the cables that are burnt up. I'm thinking of this sort of connector which I already used, which is a crimp connection, and then you heat it and it seals around the cable. That has worked pretty well here because, well, that's all right. But those are expensive, so... and I don't have any. I'd have to go buy that, and well... I'll figure something out and I'll bring you along for the rest of it. But that's basically what went wrong. So we've been doing good progress. And this time we make sure the wiring harness is not touching anything. We also went with the double insulation on everything and about a roll of electrical tape on everything. So the new harness is well done. And I basically weighed everything against anything, and I decided to just put this thing around the damaged pieces. Oh, I'm out. Anyway, so just this extra insulation. It wasn't really burnt, so I just cut as much carbon as possible away. We also have some wires that need replacing, obviously. And for the burnt connector, we're just gonna... this is the cable that was burnt up. We just took everything out of the connector. Well, before you say anything, I know that the carbon buildup might become conductive, and that's probably gonna cause me issues in the future. But, well, it is what it is. So we're gonna finish this up, and I'll probably film a bit of me doing that. All the harness would be way too boring, right? So we have... luckily, none of the wires going into the car are fried, because that would have been a freaking pain in the ass. Well, when I think about it, not really, because the connector to the computer box actually does go out through that hole. So that would have been a possibility. Why didn't I just change the entire harness? Right, I don't have one. Anyway, we're probably gonna have to change it in the future when this doesn't work, but at least I had some practice doing electrical work on a car. I never done that before, and that's why this happened. So anyway, I'll bring you back once that is done, and once that's done, we're gonna do a bunch of other things here, like fix the valve cover gasket, because that thing's been leaking like crazy. Not that I really care about an oil leak, as long as it doesn't leak on the exhaust manifold, which this one does. So we have a garage and we are indoors. It is kind of comfy in here, so we are going to deal with that as well. And let's cue the sped up montage. And now to the biggest question of them all. Well, that's not good. Not good. What did I mess up? Well, that's embarrassing. Take two. Oh well, let's open up the doors, let some of that global warming in here, and leave it to run for a bit. Then we're gonna take it outdoors because I need to get a welder in here and we can start tinkering with that. That should be fun. So as you can probably guess, this here was quite a while ago. This thing happened like last winter or something, but my computer has been dead on arrival for a few months, and well, I finally got it working and I found videos for it. So it's basically just I thought I'd put it out there anyway. So the brake is not dead right now, it's still running just fine, no major issues. And yeah, this was a very excruciating job. I think I spent 3 days on just wiring in this thing. But it turned out great, it lasted for a year so far and still going strong, so hopefully it's gonna be alright. Well, we're gonna find that out the hard way, but anyway, see you around and stay well.